Yes. What's going on, guys? This has been AKA Day Trading Addict. And I have a great video for you guys. That actually used to be my old intro. And, I got tired of saying it, but it is what it is. But you can hear by my voice, I was sick. So I'm just like now recovering. I'm still not 100%, but I feel better. I was much weaker. It was just annoying. But anyway, so today we're going to talk about basically what a trader has to do, because this is not like a video for someone that's just starting out. This is more for, I would say, people that's seeing some type of success, and you're like right there, but you don't know what to do to bring it to the next level and see profitability, right? This is the video for you, okay? But if you are just starting out, trust me, you still can watch this video. You can learn a lot from this. This video is more for like break-even traders, or traders that are, having profitable weeks, maybe 1 or 2 weeks back to back, and then the third week, boom, blow it up. This is for you guys because I know if you just have 1 or 2 tweaks, just 1 or 2 tweaks, you could just be a profitable trader. And that's what I want to bring to you guys today, because trust me, the things that we're going to talk about is going to hopefully you can see results right away. And that's the goal of this video. Hopefully you can see results right away, and we can go from there. So now the first thing that's going to help you with your trading to take it to the next level, because remember, you probably like 1 or 2 tweaks away. The first thing, right, is having an accountability partner, right? Now, a lot of people don't talk about this, and that's because having an accountability partner is actually hard to find, right? It's hard to find, but overall, if you can find one, it's beautiful, right? And the reason why is because the accountability partner is going to help you, it's going to keep you in check. It's like actually having a boss or having a coach or having somebody to shame you, right? Shaming was a big strategy back in the days when we lived in like a small village and everybody, knew each other, right? You definitely didn't want to be labeled, anything. Let's say you're a thief, right? You don't want to be labeled a thief, or you don't want to be labeled anything that could hurt your reputation for a long time. So that shaming part is a very good strategy, and that having a good accountability partner, the shaming part is actually built into it. Let's say, for example, you break your rules, you're going to be ashamed to report back to your accountability partner and say, yeah, I broke my rules today, and you don't want to keep doing that, right? So having that accountability partner is literally helping you to not make the same mistakes over and over and over. So that is a really good thing. Now, another thing with an accountability partner, right, that person can punish you. So the punishment could be money, right? So every time you break the rules, you have to literally pay that person. It could be $20, it could be $50, it could be $100, it could be whatever you want, right? Or it could be a punishment like something that you don't like to do. Let's say you hate, cleaning a roof. Well, you gotta clean the roof. You just broke your rules, right? Or let's say you hate eating some type of food. Well, now you gotta eat that food. Whatever the case is, a punishment that for a fact, if you do this, you hate doing it. And that type of accountability is going to be second to none, because now you are aware before you make that mistake. You're like, oh shoot, if I make a mistake, I'm going to have to report back to my accountability partner, and I might have to pay that person $20 or $30 or whatever the case is. So having a great accountability partner is literally like one of the best things you can do, right? Watch this show called Billions, right? It's a good trading show, and the show literally has a performance coach. I didn't even know until I watched that show that these big firms have performance coach and people that basically help you with your psychology working for them inside the firm. So you can actually report back to them and tell them your problems, and they will help you, and you know, they will help you with your problems, and that alone also has some type of shame built into it. But basically, your accountability part is not going to be a performance coach. It's not going to be a, you know, somebody's going to help you with your psychology, but it's going to be somebody that's going to help you, period, because now you have to report back to somebody, okay? Because when we trade on our own, we have nobody to report back to. So automatically we reckless because we don't have to report back to nobody, right? So that is one great thing to do, is have a good accountability partner. If you can find one, man, that would be awesome, because overall, guys, that alone is going to help you take your trading to the next level, and just basically, you know, help you not do those silly things. I haven't really showed you guys the car lately, but look at this beauty, guys. Look at this beauty. I'll tell you right now, instant celebrity, guys. Every time I drive this car, I'm an instant celebrity. Off. Anyway, we're going to continue the conversation. What you had to do. Now, the second thing I want to talk about, guys. I'm telling you right now, I know for a fact, this is going to instantly help, okay, help a lot of you guys, okay? And that is trading too much. Now, there's two different parts of this, right? It could be trading too much when it comes to trading one market. So let's say you trade one market, you trade all day. You're taking like 10, 20, 30 trades, right? Or it could be where, well, we'll talk about that later. So let's talk about just trading one market, right? Trading one market and basically taking a whole bunch of different trades, right? Now, the downside to that is you could be profitable, and guys, I know for a fact most of you guys experienced this before, right? You are profitable during the day, but you lose all your profits afternoon, the end of the day, because you're trading too much. And I know for a fact most of you guys experienced this before, okay? So the thing is, you have to stop it. You're gonna have to give yourself a schedule, okay? My schedule is 9:30 to, what was it, 9:30 to 12, okay? And just because my schedule is 9:30 to 12 doesn't mean I'm trading all between that time. I'm literally looking for one trade, okay? From 9:30 to 12. Now, okay, let me explain. So you want to at least take 1 to 2 trades, 3 trades maximum, but let's start with 1 to 2. Let's start with 1 to 2 trades per day, and that should help you tremendously, okay? Tremendously, because some of you guys are trading too much. You're trading too much. Now, the next one, when it comes to trading too much, is actually trading too many markets. I remember having a guy, he came to me, right? And basically he was saying, yo, bro, you know, I have my strategy, I got it down pat, you know, I'm pretty good at what I do, but it's like, you know, I don't know like what to do to take it to the next level, right? And I said, okay, I was talking to him, I was like just doing a quick, you know, problem solving type of, you know, because it was a guy that, it wasn't a student of mine, it was somebody that was trading, right? So I said, all right, well, it sounds like you are having a problem trading too many markets at a time, right? So I said, you know what, just focus on, because he was trading stocks, right? He's trading equities. I said, focus on trading, maybe narrow it down to maybe 1 or 2 stocks, okay? Because right now you're trading, you know, you're looking at 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe just narrow it down to 1 or 2. He said, all right. Next week, he came to me like, yo, bro, thanks for that advice. Man, yo, I'm doing much better now. Thanks, I appreciate it, right? And this is another good reason why, you know, having a coach is actually, you know, a good thing, because it's personalized and it can help you with these little tiny tweaks that you need you can't see it, you know. You can't see it, but the other person can see it because he or she been through that before. So having a coach is a great thing. Me personally, a lot of people want to do one-on-one coaching with me. I'm like, it's too taxing right now. So, but you know, I've been trying to do a group coaching. I know I've been saying that for the longest, but yeah, eventually I'm gonna do it. Some type of group coaching, some type of mentorship. So to help you guys with that, you know, those answers that you need. But anyway, so yes, you probably trading too many stocks or too many markets. Let's say you trade, you know, Forex. Maybe you traded too many markets at once. Maybe narrow down to 1 or 2 market. Okay. All right. So the next thing is this is literally something that I didn't really think it was a problem, but somebody approached me last week. They recognized me. I was at a park, right? And I had my car, right? He's like, oh shoot, Day Trading Addict, what's up? He's like, y'all watch your videos, blah blah blah. He said I saw the video where you first got this car, blah blah. He was just, you know, basically breaking down the videos. I could tell he watched my videos because he brought back, you know, old videos that I was talking about. But anyway, he said, yo, you got any advice? You got, you know, because basically his problem was he's profitable, but he does stupid things in between. So let me explain to you guys what he's going through right now, right? He's going through a problem where he has a good edge, right? A good strategy, but his strategy, right, it doesn't present itself every single day. So he will have to wait. You know, he said that he probably gets a trade maybe 1 or 2 times per week. Okay. He said in between that, he's looking at other things, right? And that's what's messing him up. In between, he's trading little other things, and he's losing money. But his other, like his main strategy, he's making money on it, right? So, what can we do with that situation? Okay, that's a good question. What can we do with that situation, right? Well, I told him that you probably have to increase your frequency. You have to increase your trades, because it sounds like you have problems just waiting for your strategy. You're gonna somehow have to increase, because I think he's a breakout trader. He looks for some type of breakout, like a you know, a volatile breakout, and he's looking to take that retest. Nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, he doesn't wait for his strategy, because in between, he's looking to take a whole bunch of different other trades that's not part of his strategy. I said, listen, bro, what you probably have to do is you will have to see if you could look at others, because he's trading the stock market. Look at other stocks that's breaking out, okay? So you can increase your frequency, so you could actually trade the strategy that you're profitable with, trade it more often, so you don't have to take all those little dumb trades in between. And he's like, you know, yeah, I hear you, man, I hear you. And I don't know if he was hearing me, but you know, I hope he can actually find that sweet spot, because right now he's having, you know, that problem. I said, yo, what about the NASDAQ? You don't want the NASDAQ? You know, what about would you trade the NASDAQ? He's like, you know, no, because overall, if I trade one market, you know, it's going to basically make me overtrade, whatever the case is. So I'm like, all right, you know, you know yourself, so I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not going to you know, force you. But anyway, so trading, okay, too little. And it's funny, because I didn't even think this would be a problem, right? I didn't think this would be a problem, but I'm putting on a list. I'm putting this on the list because this can actually be a problem. Why? Because you might force yourself to take these little dumb trades in between while you're waiting for your profitable edge. So see if you can actually increase your frequency. Now, here's the thing. If you have a strategy that you follow and you only get 1 to 2 trades per week and you're good at that and you're good at waiting, don't change anything. Okay? But if for some reason you have a problem, you're itching to trade, okay, you need to trade almost every single day, I would figure out how to increase your frequency so you can actually trade the right way. Or we can go back to the first thing we talked about, is having an accountability partner to be on you and say, yo, bro, forget about those extra trades in between. You trade 1 or 2 times a week and that's it. If you can find that accountability partner, that's a good strategy. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about, okay, is having a way to lock yourself out after a certain amount of losers, right? So have your broker lock you out of your account, okay? Not every broker has this option, but if you have this option, okay, if you have this option, do it. So, for example, let's say you don't want to lose no more than $300, right? You have a way to lock yourself out and tell your broker, hey, broker, listen, if I lose $300, do not let me trade anymore, okay? So that is one way to basically take your trading to the next level, because you might be one of those traders that can trade like you are on your way, but it's just that one day you go on tilt, it wipes out everything, right? It wipes out everything. So what if I had a lockout? What if I had something that could lock me out of my trading account so I won't have to trade all day, right? That is a thing. I'm telling you, like these things I'm talking about today, you should see instant change, okay? That could be a instant change where you are not, blowing up your account because you could actually lose the amount you're supposed to lose. And you don't have to touch it anymore, right? You don't have to, trade because you locked out. So that is one. Now, the next one is basically risking too much, okay? You might be a good trader, but your problem is you're risking too much. Let me say that again. You might be a great trader. You actually might be consistent, but your problem is you're risking too much. So you are having problems just when you go, because you have to understand, we all have drawdowns, right? So when we go on a drawdown, you might risk too much to the point where you dig yourself in a hole, and you're just like in a hole. You're trying to get yourself out of this hole. Okay, so you might be risking too much per trade, and that's hurting you right now. So sizing down will make you a much better trader, make you more comfortable, make you last longer, and just make you an overall better trader, because now you can trade and breathe the way you're supposed to when you're trading, okay? And the last thing I would tell you guys, okay, would be just understand what makes you go on tilt, okay? I want you to write down, I want you to dig deep and figure out that one thing, right? It could be multiple things, but figure out that one thing that makes you go on tilt, okay? A good example for me is, especially back in the days, I used to get mad when I risk too much on a trade and I take a loser, right? So let's say, for example, I was supposed to only risk $100 on a trade, and by mistake, I risked $200 on that trade, and I lose that $200. I'm mad, bro. I'm like, yo, I gotta make my money back. And you know what I do? Instead of risking $100 on the next trade, I risk $200 to make my money, right? And that's a problem, because usually the second trade is going to be a loser, and now I'm down so much, right, to the point where I'm not even thinking about trading no more. I'm just thinking about getting back my money. Okay, I'm going on tilt. I'm going on revenge mode. Okay, that's one of my problems I had. And then the next one would be me missing out on a trade. So let's say I wasn't near my desk and I missed out on my trade. I'm like, yo, bro, I was supposed to make $500. I was supposed to make $300 and I missed it. I would be pissed. And I was like, yo, I gotta make this money back and I will force a trade. Okay. So once you figure out that thing that thing that's making you go on tilt, guys, that's the thing that's going to basically help you, okay, take your trading to the next level. Because now you know, okay, what you're doing wrong and what you need to do, okay, to just basically, you know, take your trade to the next level. So you won't have to revenge trade, so you don't have to dig yourself in a hole, so you won't have to, you know, save up some more money because you just messed up. So that's what I have for you guys today. I didn't eat all day. I'm about to get something to eat. Okay, I want to start doing some more, you know, this type videos. But anyway, guys, that's the update. That's my story. You know what to do. Hit that like button. Okay, that's another thing that's gonna help your trading career. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. You heard? All right, we out, man. Take it easy.